Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel, A House of Ideas, whereby we give ideas on both economic, social and political endeavors of our nation, as well as international arena. Many things have happened in the recent past, right from the many accidents, road accidents, air accidents, water floods, and others, which has led us to this topic today, which is on Ruto's troubles in the last 2 years, close to 2 years of his regime. Before I go further, I do request our new viewers to subscribe, to continue watching, like and give comments so that we can always improve our videos or episodes. Today I want us, or back to our topic on Ruto's close to 2 years of his regime and his way of work. First and foremost, I will declare various things that have happened to have make his government to appear to be offside. First, today, all over the republic, there are floods everywhere. Today, all over the republic, people are not able to move freely from one place to another. People cannot move from Kisii to Nairobi through Maimaio, which is the shortest route. People cannot move from Narok to Nairobi, which is the shortest route to Nairobi. They have to look alternative routes. Our children are parked in school, are parked in our homes. You saw the announcement, the midnight, the night learning information, the night runner information, in which parents were authorized to not to allow their children to report back to school. Already after the date, you see, a day begins at midnight, and then our CS makes an historical move by closing the schools after 1 hour of happening. The Ruto government is not only faced with floods, it is surrounded by issues of doctors' strike, issues which I think will be coming to an end very soon, over housing, issues on farming. We have the fake fertilizer, and the people who should be taking their responsibility are still in the office. We also have the accidents, continued accidents that I mentioned before. So let's begin at analyzing one by one the floods. Last year, when the weatherman warned or gave the information concerning El Nino rains, the government came out strongly and said that they were lying. But at the end of the day, there were some rains and which caused havoc. This time around, the weatherman gave a notice of expected heavy downpour, and then also the government assumed, which puts a question to how the Ruto's regime is being governed. Who is responsible? Who should have taken precautions so that we can have a conducive, we could not be having deaths which are happening each and every day. People are being evacuated from their houses, and of course, remember, Ruto regime is very passionate with housing. Is very passionate with housing. So not only that it is passionate about housing, but housing is a human right. Housing is a human right. Section 43 of our constitution, subsection 1b, provides to or for accessible and adequate housing and to a reasonable standards of sanitation. Today with the floods, people cannot access water, cannot access food. Even those who have drowned, there is no ready assistance that is given to them. What is happening? This raises the question, where could it be the corrupts? Because as many people thinkers believe that what is happening is not what Ruto promised Kenyans. When Ruto took over the powers, everybody thought that Kenya was going to be a very different country. Everybody thought that Kenya was going to be a very different and a unique country. But the government, time and again, has found itself offside of its promises. Time and again, the government has found itself offside its promises. This brings me to the second objective. This brings me to the second objective, which is on farming. Farming is the most and the biggest achievement that the Ruto government could have achieved. But now it has been tainted with fake fertilizer. Now farming has been tainted with some issues, of which I think today no member of parliament, no governor from the UDA or Kenya Kwanza regime will passionately talk of agriculture. Now they have shied away. No one can talk of agriculture. Mithika Rinturi completely destroyed the noble project that could have assisted Kenyans. I'm not saying that he was directly involved. I'm saying he destroyed the noble project because first, he took time to tell the Kenyans the truth. Mithika Rinturi even today is not aware of what is happening in his ministry. He keeps on giving contradicting messages to the members of the Senate. So, who will save Kenyans? NHIF. NHIF project has also been found offside. Whereas it was a noble idea, it has turned to be a curse to Kenyans because today Kenyans are missing one of their best lights. Section 43, subsection A provides for a right to health care. How will one explain that Kenyans are receiving adequate health care when there is no doctors, there is no nurses in public hospitals? As the Kenyan government been captured, where is Gachagua? Gachagua said throughout his campaigns that he is going to work and ensure that there is no state capture. As the state been captured because basic rights have been denied to citizens. And remember that the sovereign powers of our constitution belongs to the people of Kenya, which should be exercised as according to the constitution. Where is Gachagua? Is this what we call state capture? Because the basic fundamental rights of the Kenyans are being denied. Look at the floods now. People are not now enjoying the affordable housing. They are living in schools thanks to Machogu, who suspended, even if it was a night learning statement, who suspended for at least 1 week in order to see what will take place in the next 1 week. People are living in schools. The responsible government institutions were warned. They were told that we are going to have some heavy rains. What action was taken? Does it mean unless prominent people in the government are involved is when the floods maybe can be declared a national disaster? Accidents are rampant everywhere. The Ministry of Transport cannot explain. Last time we were promised by the CS for Transport that he is going to ensure that Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is repaired and maintained to maximum standards, international standards. Everyone saw the shame Is it very difficult for you either to reshuffle them or kick them out? Because the sovereign people of whom you are exercising your power are suffering. Floods, floods everywhere. Next year or 2 months from now, there will be drought. The water will be maybe by then in Egypt being utilized so well in irrigation. The water from Mau passes all the way through Kisii, Nyanza, Lake Victoria, Tanzania to Egypt. Our waters are being used effectively elsewhere. This raises the question. I know the president cannot do it alone. He has teams of people. There are policies. What I know about policies, they just provide the framework under which the work should be implemented. But the reasoning is left on the implementers. We have very good policies. Even without the warnings from the weatherman, we have very good policies of which the people whom you said are corrupt, incompetent in the offices are implementing their corruptness and their incompetence. Because we cannot continue having a calamity one after the other, which is not being effectively tackled. And the people, the sovereign people, are heavily paying their taxes. As we sleep in the morning, fake fertilizer. Evening, there is striking doctors. The following day morning, we have several accidents everywhere. Then, issues to do with the housing. People are crying. Where are your people? Where is your sword? I repeat, I did make an episode on the sword that you promised Kenyans that you will use to protect Kenyans. Are you really using the sword to protect Kenyans or to guard a few individuals? Kenyans are looking at you and they know that we have, as Kenyans, we have sufficient resources that can be used to tackle even the issue of floods, to fund education, health care, because they should be paid. They are doing a lot of work, they should be paid. Just like other employees, members of parliament, MCAs are being well paid. These are the people who can do a surgery and remove everything from someone's body and return, so they should get their proper pay as elites of the society or as professionals who went to class and did the work. And come 2027, no one will have any issue with you. People will be waking up very early in the morning to return you to your office. The opposition will be having an uphill. So it is my prayer this evening that this noise reaches the responsible people at different institutions in the government that they should do the right thing so that Kenyans can be saved. It's not an individual work. The Ruto government has a team of people who have very good policies. They don't need to make policies to do the necessary emergency evacuation. They have policies already. It's only that they are sleeping on them, or they are looking for ways through which they can destroy the policies for their selfish ends. Thank you, and I wish our new viewers to continue subscribing so that they always continue to receive messages informing them of newly uploaded episodes. Thank you till we meet the next episode.